So from today we'll start to learn the meaning of the Dhyana Slokams. So today we will learn the first two Dhyana Slokams. So Dhyana Slokams are slokams that you use for meditation or to think of the Lord and meditate on His form and His gunas. So if you can really understand the meaning of these slokams, especially each phrase, it helps you when you say it to visualize that. So when we say the slokams or even chant God's names, along with that, we also have to do what's called Roop Dhyan meditation. That is, we must meditate and think about His form, His attributes, and its qualities, along with chanting His names. So this combination together is what increases and develops that bhakti within us. So in order to do that, it helps if you understand the meaning of the slokams, or at least the meaning of each phrase, what it's talking about, so that when you say that phrase or you hear that phrase, immediately to your mind you can bring in that visualization of what that phrase means. Now, of course, you could always just think of Perumal for the whole of Sahasranamam, but Sahasranamam goes on for 25 minutes and the mind is very restless. It won't sit. You won't be able to think or meditate on one single picture for 25 minutes. If you're able to do that, we would all be yogis, right? So for each slokam, if you can understand the meaning, then you can change the visualization and then keep the mind engaged as well, because the mind has different things to visualize while it's saying that. So that's why it's very important, especially in these Dhyana Slokams, to understand the meaning and understand the setting, so that when you chant it, you chant as well as you do this Roop Dhyan meditation and think of Perumal in his forms, attributes, as what the slokam is saying. Okay, so let's take a look at the first Dhyana Slokam. kṣīrodanvat pradeśe suchimani vilatsat saikate mauktikanam mala klipta sanasta spatikamani nibhair mauktikir manditangah shubhrair abhrair radhabhrair upari virachiter mukta piyusha varshaihi anandina puniyadari nalinagada shankhapanir mukundaha. So this slokam describes Mahavishnu as Mukunda as he is reclining in the ocean of milk. This ocean of milk is called Kṣīrodanvat or Ksheerasagara. Tamilla Paarkadalnu solluvom. So Kṣīraha means milk. So Sriman Narayana has 5 forms. One of these forms is the bhūḥ form, where he is residing in Kṣīrasagara, the ocean of milk. And there he is reclining on Adiseshan, the 1,000-headed serpent who serves as his bed. So this slokam describes how Perumal is in Kṣīrasagara. kṣīrodanvat pradeśe. See, in Kṣīrodanvat, the milk flows in waves. So Sriman Narayana reclines on a raised bed in Kṣīrodanvat, and that bread is provided by Adiseshan. So Kṣīraha, milk, udanvat, wavy, pradeśe, region. kṣīrodanvat pradeśe, in that region of where the milky waves. Saikate, in whose sandy shores. So this Kṣīrasagara has a shore that is very sandy, right? Saikate, and the sandy shore is strewn with what? Suchimani vilasat mauktikana. It is strewn with hundreds of pure and shining precious gems and pearls that are there on this shore. Suchi, pure, mani, gems, vilasat, shining, mauktikana, pearls. Now next, they describe the mala or the garland that Perumal is wearing. Mala klipta sanasta. So how does this mala look? Spatika mani nibhair mauktikir manditangah. Spatika mani nibhair. That mala has gems that are like crystals. Spatika means crystals. So in this mala, these gems, you can see through the gems and see the various colors like you can in a crystal. Along with that, Mauktikir Manditangaha is also adorned with pearl necklaces. So Perumal, who is reclining in Adisesha, has garlands that are full of gems and pearls. Next, Shubhrair Abhrair Radabhrair Upari Virachitaihi Mukta Piyusha Varshaihi. So where Perumal is sitting on Adisheshan, above him there are white clouds that are showering amritam or nectar on him. And this amritam is falling like pearls on him. நம்ம தமிழ்ல சொல்வோம் மழை துளின்னு, இங்கே மழை துளி மாதிரி முத்து துளி விழுது பெருமாள் மேல. So it's as if the white clouds are performing a pattabhishekam for Perumal. Shubhraihi, white, abhraihi, clouds, radabhraihi, plentiful, virachitaihi, arranged, upari, above, mukta, pearl, piyusha, amritam or nectar, varshaihi, it's showering. So Perumal is reclining on Adiseshan. He's wearing these pearl necklaces. Above him, the white clouds are performing like a pattabhishekam to him by showering him with pearls of amritam, nectar. Now, being under all this, Perumal is full of bliss. He is Anandi. So that's what Anandi means. He's full of bliss. Anandi. Na puniyat. That Hari, let him sanctify us. That is, remove our papams and give us punyam. Ari Nalina Gada Shankha Panir. In his hands, Panihi, he holds Ari, the chakram, the Sudarshana chakram, Nalina, the lotus flower, Gada, the mace, and Shankha, the conch. Ari Nalina Gada Shankha Panihi. Mukundaha, he is Mukunda. So one of Perumal's many names is Mukunda, and this name will also occur in the Sahasranamam. Mukunda means one who is pleasing to the senses. So in this state in Kṣīrabdi, Perumal is in bliss. He is Anandi. So in this slokam, we pray to him that he also gives us that bliss. So when you say the slokam or hear the slokam, what should come to your mind in your visualization is, recall Perumal being in this Kṣīrabdi where the milky waves, he's reclining on Adiseshan. Lakshmi Tayar is massaging his feet, and he is full of bliss as pearls of nectar fall from the clouds on him. Visualize the beautiful gems and pearls that he is wearing, and visualize his four hands holding the Shanga Chakram, Gada, and the lotus flower, and pray to him to give you that bliss. So if you study the phrases and the meaning, all you have to know is when you get to that phrase, immediately that picture should come to your mind and use that for visualization. You don't need to break it down words by words, but if you say Arina Nalina Gada Shankapani, immediately visualize him with his four hands with the conch, the chakra, the mace, and the lotus flower. So if you study like that, then the visualization becomes very good. And when you say it and you visualize it, your focus is there and that bhakti will increase. Let us move on to the next Dhyana Slokam. Pādau yasya nabhir viya dasura nilas chandra suryo cha netre karnavasha shirodyaur mukhamapi dahano yasya vasteyam abdihi antastam yasya vishwam sura nara khakago bhogi gandharva daityaihi chitram ramram yatetam prabhuvana vapusham Vishnu Namami. Now, if you remember the last section in the last part of the Nyasa, it was stated Vishwarupa iti Dhyanam. That is, this Sahasranamam is the contemplation of the universal form of Sri Mahavishnu. This slokam describes that universal form. Let's look at it. Vishnu Namami. I bow down to that Vishnu who is the Lord of the whole universe. See, the whole universe is nothing but Perumal's body. Oh, Perumal's body has become the whole universe. So let us see how. Pādau, his feet are the earth. Pādau, his 2 feet. bhūḥ, that is Bhuma Devi or earth. His feet are the earth. Yasya nabhir viyat, his navel has become the sky. Yasya is nabhihi, navel, Viyatu, sky. Asur Anilas. His breath is the wind. Asuhu, breath. Anilaha, which is wind or Vayu. See, we breathe in Vayu, but Perumal's breath has become Vayu. That's the difference. Chandra Suryocha Netre. His eyes are the moon and the sun. Chandra Suryaha cha Netre. One eye is Suryan, which scorches the bad people. The other eye is Chandran, which gives cool glances that grace his bhaktas. Karnavashaha, his ears are the 8 directions. Kṣīrodanvat, his head has become the heavens. Mukhamapi dahano, his mouth is Agni. Yasya vasteyam abdihi, his dress has become the oceans. He is the one who wears the ocean as his dress. Antastam yasya vishwam, in whom the whole universe resides. So who all reside in him? Suranara khaka go bogi gandharva daityehi. Who all reside in him? Sura, which are the devas, the celestial gods like Indra. Nara, human beings. Khagaha, birds. Bhogi, serpents. Gandharva, celestial beings. Daityaha, the demons or the asuras, sons of Diti, Daityaha. All these are antastam, they are inside Perumal. Chitram ramyam yatetam. This picture is so beautiful and unheard of. Why? Is it possible for some of these things to be together? Will birds and serpents, which are mortal enemies, be together? Will Sura and Asura, the gods and the demons, be together? Yes, yet they are all within Perumal. So this thing is so beautiful and unheard of. Chitram ramram yatetam. Tribhuvana vapusham. All the 3 worlds are his body. Vishnu Misham Namami. I bow down to that Vishnu who is the Lord of all. So this slokam, it describes how each part of Perumal's body has become parts of the universe and its creatures. A similar theme is presented in the Purusha Suktam. The Purusha Suktam is seen the earliest in the Rig Veda, but it also occurs in other different Vedas. The Purusha Suktam talks about how the whole universe was created from the Parama Purusha, Sriman Narayana. In the Purusha Sukta hymn, the world arises from dismembering the Purusha, the primeval person, through a Vedic yajna, a sacred fire ceremony. The creation process here uses the yajna metaphor. So some phrases in Purusha Suktam that mirror what this slokam of Vishnu Sahasranamam is saying are the following. Purusha Suktam says, Chaksho Suryo Ajayata, from his eyes came Surya. Mukhadindras Chagnischa, from his mouth came Agni and Indra. Pranat Vayurajayata, from his breath came Vayu. Nabhyat Asit Antariksham, from his navel came space. Shirshno Dyav Samavartata, from his head the heavens were put together. Padbhyam Bhūmir, from his feet came the earth. Dishashrotrat, from his ears the 8 directions arose. So very similar to what is said in Purusha Suktam is said in this slokam. So how do we apply this slokam, or how do we visualize? Okay. One thing we have to start to do is we need to start to practice the presence of God in our life. He is everywhere, yet we do not want to see him or we don't recognize him. Here is one way to feel the presence of God using this slokam as a basis. Next time, when you see something beautiful in nature, appreciate it, but take it one step further and think of the source, Perumal, and wonder at his glory and realize his greatness. So if you see a beautiful sunset or the cooling light of a full moon, remember, Chandra Suryocha Netre, it all came from Perumal's eyes. When you smell the freshness of the earth after a rainfall, remember, bhūḥ pādau, that earth came from his feet. When you see the puffy clouds in a clear sky, yasya vyat, from his navel came the sky. And when you feel a cool breeze blowing on your face, remember, asur anilaha, It is Perumal's breath that you are feeling. This way, as you start to practice the presence of God in your life, your bhakti towards the Lord increases. As your bhakti increases, Tayar and Perumal are very pleased, and their grace starts to fall upon you more and more. And this grace helps you to overcome any obstacles in your material or spiritual life and helps you to reach their holy feet. Thank you very much for listening.
Dhyanam kṣīrodanvat pradeśe शुचिमणि विलसत् सैकते मौक्तिकानां माला क्लिप्तासनस्थस्फटिकमणिनिभैर्मौक्तिकैर्मण्डिताङ्गः शुभ्रैरभ्रैरदभ्रैरुपरि विरचितैर्मुक्तपीयूषवर्षैः आनन्दीन पुनीयादरिनलिनगदाशङ्खपाणिर्मुकुन्दः भूपादौ यस्य नाभिर्वियदसुरनिलश्चन्द्रसूर्यौ च नेत्रे कर्णावाशा शिरोद्यौर्मुखमपि दहनो यस्य वास्तेयमब्धिः अन्तस्थं यस्य विश्वं सुरनरखगगो भोगि गन्धर्वदैत्यैः चित्रं रम्यते तं त्रिभुवनवपुषं विष्णुमीशं नमामि।